Okay then, some drone murder. Let's do some more of that. I'm curious enough. Like, I want to see what they're going with this. Like, what's all this supposed to add up to, right? Like, the mystery boxing is pulling me along. Now, people in chat are insisting that the transition from episode 4 to 5 is super confusing. And I'm, like, so far there hasn't really, like, the episodes have all been kind of very disconnected, so I don't know how confusing exactly this could possibly be in comparison, but I guess there is a way to find out.
Upgrading models, cutting maintenance costs. There are many reasons a client may wish to disassemble a drone individual or a series after
Nail gun to the head. Very funny.
or a series after a period of use. Following these two steps is key to
Now, here's me, the kid who actually grew up with VHS, looking at this and going, that's not correct. That's not what proper VHS, like, degradation actually looks like. Because we're doing, like, because very clearly, we've got this chromatic aberration, right? But the chromatic aberration wouldn't be evenly applied across the whole thing like that. That doesn't make any sense. And also, the white noise and, like, the TV, like, no. That would have a pattern that's consistent with the wear of the actual read. So
completely disassembled drones may occasionally reboot from software death alone. More than undead federal fine hazards. It's corrupted AI carry an increased risk of future error.
wait, hang on. Sin. Okay. So we're getting the backstory then. This is... Presumably this is the backstory that'll explain who the fuck Sin is, I imagine? Is that why they broke the fourth wall here? Is that why they're doing that little cutesy translation? Because the visual style changes all of a sudden here, right? Like, Murder Drones mostly, as we talked about extensively, it has this very heavy dark blacks, primarily focused on, like, lots of glow, lots of, like, sci-fi space glow stuff. And then we cut to this scene here, where, first of all, the color palette is completely different. The colors are way more washed out. There's much less glow going on and happening. So it feels like it's sort of establishing that we're swapping to a different time period. Plus, there's a regular moon in the sky instead of glow Saturn or whatever. So I guess this is backstory? Okay. And we're back at the mansion, right? Like the mansion bit, which was the memory bit that N and V had, I think?
This breed is known for its friendly, intelligent temperament and soft golden coat. Golden retrievers are also us as lizards. Jay drew herself.
Yeah, that's like that's posting art at one another in the group chat is very much like this, isn't it?
Are also known for having gentle mouths. That's why they're good with kids.
Ooh. Danger. Enter the spooky basement. Yeah, very funny. Oh, a meat cube. Okay, it's not a meat cube.
You seem upset, Big Brother N.
Oh, hey, it's you!
Perhaps you'd like to attend the gala with me. Light sip.
Oh, not sure we're invited, little buddy. Why not just hang with me?
Climbing. Crisscross applesauce. Am I not wanted, N?
Dude, you know it's Tessa's folks.
Basement now. Stop ignoring me. Very funny. So is this like a dream specifically, or sublimated memories that are slowly corrupting? Because unlike last time, where it had this very, like, hazy... The aesthetic here is not quite so dreamlike. I do like the animation on the solver. That was the name, right? Solver, stab. Yes, solver. We're doing this uncanny thing, right? Like where it's like a body that's being puppeteered by something that doesn't quite understand the form. Like very sort of farmer guy from Men in Black who's possessed by an alien who sort of shambles around like he's wearing a suit made of meat. They're sort of doing the same thing here with like this very floppy... ragdoll aesthetic, essentially. Very loose limbs, like really playing around with the fact that you can go just... Because everything's multi-jointed, you can make this very sort of blah, blah.
Dude, you know it's Tessa's folks. Don't give me those eyes.
Giggle. I am so naughty. The flesh demands invitation.
Yeah, I've met people who flirt like that.
The flesh demands invitation.
We'll ask Tessa, okay? If not, movie night.
Sheepish nod. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Western Villa style? Were you programmed by beasts?
There's humans coming. I've only ever yanked robots, Jay. Quick, pretend to be a ripping royal stud. On you go. I'm right, Jay.
Hi, Tessa.
When you about to frickin' die, speak aloud, ID day of African thing. Yes, Hermes, I know, baby. But you have been fed. You have been fed, baby boy. But. And. Little man outside my door goes meow. Are you gonna want out again in 2.5 minutes? He's gonna want out again in 2.5 minutes. Anyway. Returning to some character design. I don't know what to make of the silhouette of the human. I really don't. Yes, hello, hi. What? Okay, he just wanted to nip my elbow, fair enough. I don't really know what to make of this character design because he's only a silhouette, right? But there's nothing there. There isn't anything there. Like, there is no distinguishing feature. So the assumption I would take away from that is, from a character design communication perspective, is like, this guy doesn't fucking matter, right? This guy's not important. Nothing about him matters. His personality, his behavior, like, there's no intrigue here. This is not we're hiding a character from you who we will later reveal. That's not really what from this style of silhouette character design, I get he's supposed to be generic Mac Shadow guy whomst is unimportant except for his role as like cruel robot abuser. Is that a robot back there, or is that supposed to be another human? But on the other hand, Tessa as a silhouette design, right? There's way more going on there. First of all, eyes that big kind of look like she ought to be a robot too, but she has human anatomy. But like here, there's way more going on, right? Like you can see this is an anime-ass character design with like lots of hairstyle and a huge bow and all that shit going on. So that character matters. So it's, yeah. So presumably it's just because they're reusing a visual affect of the silhouette character, and they're just not really making a point of distinguishing visually between characters that matter and characters that don't in an effective way. Where like it's that thing of like typically in anime, right? In anime, when a character is just fully a silhouette with nothing else to them, typically the visual communication of that means and their silhouette is uninteresting, especially, that usually means don't worry about this guy, this is a generic representation of whoever, right? Like generic representation of some guy, some person, some whatever. That doesn't really matter. And usually when you have a character where it's like, oh, this is an actual real character, this is a real person who will be revealed later, the visual affectation that you would use in anime usually is not that of a complete silhouette. You would use the visual affectation of a character who's partially shadowed, but who does show more of themselves. So this is just a matter of yeah, hello, hi. Is it attention? Is it attention? Is that what it is? Is it attention he wants? No? No, you want to be... Okay. Okay. What? What, little man? You're... Okay. Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. Yeah, sure. Right. Ah. I know, my beard is very nice. No, stop eating tissue paper! I don't know what it is with him. He has a thing about tissue paper, but only, like, I have some tissue paper in my office because, like, I have seasonal allergies. I get snotty a lot. But if there's a piece of tissue paper somewhere that he can get a hold of that I have blown my nose into, he wants to grab it and eat it and tear it apart and lick it for some reason. Not clean tissue paper. No. He doesn't want anything to do with that. He's no interest in it. But if I've blown my nose into it for some fucking reason... You little freak. You freak little weirdo. It's not food, it's paper. Oh my god. But clearly there's a character there. And then we have this other signal, right? Which we talk about this sometimes in animation when a character has the mysterious cough, right? When a character has the cough where they go and then there's a little bit of blood, we all sort of instinctively, okay, that's the I'm gonna fucking die disease, right? Like, we know, okay, this character's gonna fucking die of a disease of some kind because it's signaling that the character has tuberculosis, essentially, which is like incurable, eventually leads to death, but it's slow killing, right? That's intuitive, right? Like, and this is sort of a signifier in the same way that, like, she clinks the glass and it hurts her. Okay, she's fragile in some way. She has some kind of affliction, maybe. She is, she's unsturdy. She's vulnerable in some way, shape, or form, right? And you can see that gets to her.
I'm right, Jay.
They do get to have some fun with the silhouettes, though. Look at the coyote time here, and the splaying of the limbs. Looney Tunes ass fucking little bit of character animation here, which they can do because she's a silhouette, right? Like, because you don't really have to worry about anatomy in the same way. You can just kind of, you can really mess around with her in some fun ways. Yeah. You want out again? Okay. No? Yes? Okay, no, he didn't want out. He just wants to sit at the door and meow as though he wants out. Again, because she's a silhouette, or maybe it's well, maybe it's not just because she's a silhouette. I don't know. She has a little bit of a movement style like a puppet, as though she's kind of being held up by strings. Or she's floating a little bit, which, like, again, I feel like that's an affectation just because she's a silhouette and you can kind of get away with it, but I don't know. We are in dream space, right? Like, where literal characteristics of a character is represented metaphorically.
Oh, who'd you bring with you?
Seems Jay forgot to let me out of my basement time out again.
Yet, here you are.
Annoyed expression.
You guys are locking her up?
And Tessa James Elliott. We will not entertain your dumpster pits.
Yes, Mother. Sorry, Mother.
Oh, Christ almighty! I said this one out of my sight. Oh, I still can't follow simple orders.
No, please,
Swamp! Dumping your broken drones clogging our library tomorrow too. Don't test me.
Again, like, the silhouette design allows them to do some really exaggerated animation. I quite like it. There's a lot of character to it. It's very cartoony, but it's got character. And once again, that thing about the arm.
They are not broken. can no longer be thrown out.
Did that little antichrist?
I told her to say that and brought her here. I just... Orders? And your phantom? No!
To the swamp!
Stop! Stop!
N can make friends with rocks, huh?
Get it, goobers! Ow! Portal, we were buddies! Dark Sexual 17?
Very funny. Oh, hey, look, it's the symbol. It is genuinely very funny that one of them is called Dark X Wolf 17.
Wolf 17?
Also, what the fuck would the crows possibly want from a robot body? Oh, okay.
Made the tag when I was 8. Shut up.
That was a cool move. I like that a lot. Like the standing up, like dragging the neck along the ground and then slowly raising it. That is a very effective. And again, here, a very good frame. Like that perfect side-on bird head. Which, like, by the way, the texture work on this bird is genuinely gorgeous. Like, it's not like complicated, right? Like, it's just a bunch of strokes that are rendered along. But, like, it gives it that sense of featheriness and like that biological sense of volume that is like very opposite to how the robots are rendered. It's a very good frame, which again really didn't need all that camera shake. It's very effective on its own.
Made the tag when I was 8. Shut up.
Ooh, human skulls. Live, laugh, love! Ah! The most terrifying thing yet! The house is occupied by white people!
Jay, industrial machinery, chuck us a hand!
Sorry, boss. Corporate's spoken.
Sin! If that little butler dies for your sake, I swear!
I have backups. You will not have to discard your pets, and I will not discard you. Best stay away from the gala, though. You seem squeamish.
Yo, okay then.
So these are memories, and future me is dead at a sleepover?
Not a sleepover. You passed out because some internal program is trying to delete these memories.
Cause of you? Cause you're doing that?
I'm helping, you cute, weird butler. We find out what happened to you here, restore the memory files, and save you from being digitally lobotomized.
I really like the animation on the crow. That's really good.
So these are memories.
Like, whatever animator was lead animator on the crow genuine props to them. That's a really good mixture. Like, because a thing about, like, when you're animating animals like that, mixing the anthropomorphic with the sort of not realistic, but the animalistic, it's a difficult discipline. And this animator is very good at managing, like, the Hi, Artemis. Are you meowing too? Okay. Hi, baby. What? You want in or not? Hi? What? What, my love? What? Sit. So confused. Okay. Anyway, what we're talking about, crow. Like, crows have this sort of, like, birds especially have this skittishness to them, right? They tend to move in fits and starts. And the animator here is doing a really good job of managing that. Like, it's not naturalistic, but it feels right? Like, this jump arc here that the bird is doing, you can kind of see that doesn't make a lick of sense from, like, a physics perspective, but it has verisimilitudinous, right? And then switching from that into character animating, right? Now we have to anthropomorphize, right? Like, we go from this bird affect to it's speaking with a person's voice, and so it needs to emote and act in a way that works with, oh god, I hate the motion blur, that works with the performance of the actor, right? And that, especially like in the lip sync and things like that, that's really well managed. There's some real Disney to this, like in the very there's some Zazu Lion King, like in it, specifically in the way that it's handling the anthropomorphization of the bird's body language, right? Using the feathers, like puffing them up like that. What? Are you meowing again? Hi, Hermes. You want out now? You're looking at me. Now you want out? Or? Very slowly. Very slowly leaving. Are you leaving? Nope. Yes? Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Now the tail out of the door. Okay, this time he wanted out.
Weird butler. We find out what happened to you here, restore the memory files, and save you from being digitally lobotomized. Library basement. Giddy up.
That's really good. I like the animation on that crow a lot.
You kind of seem like an evil ghost witch, though.
Ow! I am a ghost witch. And I'm tall. Dad! Get out of my room! Important hacking going on.
Okay. You've just never had friends over before.
Not a sleepover. Sorry. Where were we?
Ooh, the blood. The blood. Oh, that's good. That's very good. I like that. Again, this show has no shortage of well-composed frames. And again, the camera wiggle, handheld. Come on, it would have been more impactful. It would have hit harder if it was completely still and just the image was allowed to... Same thing here. Like, if you cross-cut between those two... On that day, they truly became murder drones that murder.
pull you out at
Now, please.
any time. But you'll never get these memories back, dude.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Important.
To you. And
I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then.
we just hang out. Shut up. Repression door.
Again, really genuine props to the animation on that bird. Such a good mixture of animal and anthropomorphic. That's really nice. Like, that's really nice character animation on that bird.
Hang out.
Especially because, like, again, there's that contrast, right? That N is moving in the murder drones aesthetic, right? Which is very, very smooth, right? Like, very smooth, very steady, very stable, like, very clear arcs. And then the bird has this much more, snappy, right? Like, it's very effective use of motion contrast between the characters. I really like it. I do like that.
The key.
Jay has it.
That wasn't a maniacal laugh. That was a mildly amused giggle. Oh, very good. Oh, I like that. Good contrast work. That's nice. I like that as a character design feature. Because, again, there's like mixing the biological and the metallic.
It wants paid time off to attend union negotiations. This is an unrelated layoff!
What?
How do you reckon we murder as a robo-child, Jay?
Okay, that's quite funny. It's a revolver IDK shut up gun nerds. Isn't it is that an actual historical revolver, or did they just grab an asset off an asset store?
How about this?
Oh, hey, that looks familiar. Again, I like the crawling. This sort of insect-like a spider crawling across a ceiling, right? The little flecks of the wings. That's good.
We need the basement key. This bird's from the future.
I'd kill you.
Sin's gonna massacre the gala.
Who? Our Sin? Nah, she's cool.
Do your basement thing. We got the coma patient you creeped on.
Not creepy. Sweet.
I do love me a combat maid.
Crikey, what a bounding humpster ruffle!
Some that... Australians.
Why are you talking like that?
I know it's intentional, but...
Jump scare. Grab.
Dark X Wolf 17!
Oh, we're in.
And Jay's useless. Surprise.
Don't worry, I'm sure that wooden floor will hold her.
Okay, like in the future?
Unfortunately. Now let's see what that little yellow creep was up. Oh.
Again, good character acting on the... So, this is like... This is one of the things of... A good animator can make anything come alive, right? Like, that's one of the first assignments you often get assigned to, like, animation teaching courses in schools and things like that, is you have a sack of flour, you have to make it alive. You have to make it move, you have to make it, give it personality and, like, a sense of life. And the mark of a good animator is the ability to make anything feel alive. And this is, like, very effective animation of, like, and this is one of the places where human pareidolia really comes into play and is very effective, because we immediately spot, like, okay, so there's a circle and there's some other circles inside of it. Cool, that's an eye, right? Like, we just accept that that's an eye, so we can do things like make it blink. And then by the simple virtue of moving shit around, right? Just altering the aperture, doing little gestures with the eyelids. Our human brains, even though there's really only just a dot moving around inside of a circle, our human brains perceive an entire, like, expression, right? There's only one eye just kind of like, but our brains are so eager to fill in the gaps that we see that. It's the same reason, like, the Pixar... the Pixar lamp animation, Luxo Jr. Same reason that works. It's because the human brain is so eager. It's so willing to see faces and things. It's so eager to see. Like, we're such social animals that we can't help but want to see life in things. We can't help but want to perceive it. And that's why a thing like this, even though it is objectively just a circle that occasionally has shudders, our brains insist on perceiving it as expression, right? As acting. And that's part of the fucking magic of animation, right? Like, that's where the word animation comes from. It's breathing life into things that have no life in them. And it's one of my favorite things about animation is that it's not just that the animator is good at what they do, although that's a big part of it. It's also that our brains are just hard-coded, wired to collaborate with an animator and make a performance come to life. Right? Here, where Uzi's looking around, let's see what this yellow little creep was up to, and she goes, oh, how do they do that? Well, we raise the eyelid, and that becomes synecdoche for raising the eyebrow, right? Like going from frowning... Oh, fuck. God damn it. I hate it when I click the wrong button. We go from frowning, and, like, they're also manipulating the shape of the eyelid. So we have frown, and then that frown becomes, it raises like an eyebrow, and we increase the size of the aperture, right? Like, this doesn't make any mechanical sense with what this thing is, but it's the same as pupils widening, right? It's the expression widening on a human face. And it's so cool that that works, right? That human brains just have a circuit inside of them that just makes us accept that as an act of empathetic expression. I really like it. It's very cool. Good, really good management also of the, like, biomechanical horror bullshit of the arm. The little twist here to sort of support the surprise, right? Because we're also doing the thing of, like, where the motion of the arm, the way that the arm moves back and settles, also sort of gives that impression of, oh, we're kind of drawing back because we're shocked at what we're seeing. That's really effective animation. That's very good.
Unfortunately. Now let's see what that little yellow creep was up. Oh.
More math.
So that's a pretty metal origin story.
Not dealing with this great, to be immediately honest. Okay, it's gone.
All right, let's get out of here.
Hey, buddy, you invite Doll to this?
Oh, of course. Is her dad dead now, finally?
Ghost buddy? You okay?
Better than ever, buddy.
It's tragic, really. The door gets turned against his own daughter. His greatest ally becomes his greatest enemy in the defense of his family. Also, someone's been watching Coraline.
Ghost buddy? You okay?
Better than ever, buddy. Let's reset these memories one more time.
Right, it literally lobotomized. Okay, fair enough.
Welcome all! The Elliots are known for many things. Class, tenacity, currently being alive.
Well-timed giggle.
There's only so many times you can hang the lamp. That's a good frame. I can't help but cringe a little bit at the lampshade hanging. I just can't help it. That's a good-ass frame, though. And here the camera is, like, again, with the... Like, the camera doesn't have to act shocked every time something shocking happens, but... This is a well-composed fucking frame.
Everyone stand back! This is a citizen's murder.
Oh,
That dress!
you hold that gun less cool this instant, Missy.
It's a terrible way to hold a gun, by the way. It, like, fucks... You can't deal with the recoil, so your accuracy just goes out the fucking window. It's also impossible to aim. It's a terrible idea. Don't hold guns like that.
Tessa, remember, you didn't have to. You didn't have to.
Ooh, crawling on the ceiling.
You didn't have to see this. Son of a... Come on. Somewhere
Okay, I like that.
absolute fabric. Get a grip. Tantrum.
Okay, I do like that. That's a funny animation joke.
Brain blast. OV. Could use some help in here.
Hi, Artemis. Hi, baby. You want to climb on me? Okay.
You wanting it tells me you shouldn't have it. This is the only clue to what's
Please don't subtitle it with the words foreign language.
Just leave us alone.
Ты воспитал хорошую дочь.
Yeah, That is bad subtitling, by the way. Like, at very least, like, you put a brackets Russian in there or whatever. You just don't just put, like, I know they are putting the actual thing there, which is good, but the actual subtitle file shouldn't just say foreign language. That is bad accessibility.
Mr. Dorman.
Despite me, maybe.
Hi, sweetie. Okay, yes. Hello. Hi. Hi. She wanted to say hi. Hi, sweet baby. Hi, sweet baby. Yes, hello. She has this. It is currently the cuddle time of night, which is the time of night pretty much every single day when she decides that she needs to climb on me. And ow, yes, and claws. We need to cut your claws, baby. You're getting sharper every day. And she needs to hang on my shoulder, and stick her face in my armpit for some reason. Yes, hello. I know. My musk is very attractive, probably. Yes, hi. I am generally not allowed to do anything else right now, or else she gets upset with me. But I'll give it my all. I'll try.
Боже, ну ладно.
Grab it. Just grab it. Grab it. Intimidating glare.
Whoa, Sin! For an eldritch monster thingy?
The solver of the absolute fabric.
Solver,
The
rather.
The exponential enemy.
Peep this? I got you.
Aw, she's nearsighted.
Then retrievers have...
Gentle mouths, dude.
Cute. False. Gross. True. Let's just delete your OSs then.
Oh, good,
Bye,
lobotomized.
buddy. Execute. What is happening?
Oh,
Oh, more good animation. Hi, Artemis. I'd like to pause the video. Can I have one of my hands?
Dad's street. Whoops.
Okay, I managed to free one hand. That's good. I do love me some limited frame. Again, the motion of the camera is fucking with this, because the motion of the camera is all smooth. But I do really like that lag, because, like, very sensibly the animator is doing the lag inconsistently. So it's moving at a different rate every time there's a... Yeah, that's really cool. Yes. Hello. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Ah. Baby. I don't need your tail in my mouth. Yeah. Hi. Yep. Okay. I think she wants to take over. She's doing the animation breakdown now. Ah. Oh my god. Ow. You are so sharp. You are so sharp, my love. Ah. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay, she's overstimulated. Ow! She wants to wrestle now. Ow, ow, ow. 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 You know I'll win. You know I'll win. I'll win. Oh, if you want to wrestle. No, I'll win. Oh, you know I'll win. Oh, I always win. Little monster. Oh my god. And again, just such a good performance. We talked about this with the bird also, but like, what an expressive performance. Like, and the use of squash and stretch is also really good. Right? Like, using this elongation of the iris to emphasize that. That's very good. Yeah, like the animator's getting really cartoony with it. Look at that squash, right? The animator's getting very cartoony with it here to really give... Ah, man, I want to go back and... Where did the thing show up first? Was it in the prom episode? No, that was Russian Doll. Episode 2. Do I have episode 2 here? Damn it, I don't have episode 2 loaded currently. Darn. I kind of wanted to go back and compare how it was handled, but certainly the framing of it is like very effective for creating like an animation performance. Yeah, look at that. That's really good.
Sorry, my frickin' dad's streaming. Whoa! Whoops. Oh. Uzi? Don't frickin' dox me.
Thanks.
You little narc! Get out of my head!
Okay. Oh, right, those two.
Вот ваш ключ. Берите меня с вами. Это условие.
Yeah, no, obviously that was not gonna work, girl.
Just checking.
That's a familiar-looking revolver. That's a familiar-looking bow. Well, isn't that interesting?
Let's go.
Okay, then. Okay, I can see why people were saying this episode is confusing. I don't know that I think it's confusing so much as it just feels very incomplete, right? Like, it's not that it's confusing, really, right? Like, what it's doing is fairly, like, again, this is, again, that critique I keep having of the mystery box, right? Like, that the show... It's a high priority, clearly, for the show to create mystery, right? To create uncertainty and confusion, right? To never play its full hand and say, ooh, there's more to be revealed, there's more to be revealed. Like, you can figure this out if you really, like... And again, that's a very appealing, it's a very effective way to create appeal and create intrigue amongst viewers. It is also a little exhausting sometimes, right? because it means you keep getting this escalating ratcheting of tension, right? This escalating ratcheting of mysteries where more and more things are unexplained, which makes you more and more desperate to find answers, right? But it also, it can become exhausting. It can become tiring to constantly have the thing of like, oh, we're building up to something, we're building up to something, we're building up to next episode, right? And again, I'm not put off by this yet. But it is, yeah, like, this feels like an episode that needed, like, 10 more minutes to really effectively do what it was doing. Because it kind of feels a little bit like this, right? Like, it feels a little bit like, thinking through this from a structural perspective, it feels a little bit like the smarter thing to do, maybe. Well, not smarter, but perhaps the more coherent thing to do would be to have the whole episode set inside of the memories fully, without interruption, and then you get to the end, and then there's the, hey, Dad, get out of my room, and then she's there, and, like, they're fighting over the key, and then you cut, like, that's your hook for the next episode, where instead of having Russian dolls show up sort of in the middle of things, and they have this conflict over the bug, which is the key, and then it's just kind of, oh, she just kind of goes away. And then that's like the hook for the next episode, which feels like, it feels like the structure is a little bit all over the place here. Because the interruption from the outside world, I think, kind of weakens the drama inside of the memory. And makes it unclear about what it is that, like, what does the episode want us to take away from this? It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit muddled in that way. And it seems to be muddled specifically for the purpose of wanting to create that intrigue, wanting to create that mystery, wanting to keep the audience off their balance, right? Wanting the audience to go, what the fuck's happening? Oh my God, I have to watch the next episode. And again, like we talked about last time, it's that it feels like there is in the storytelling of the show this constant need for disruption, right? Again, this constant need for something to be happening, for something to be grabbing your attention, for something to be like pulling you back and saying, oh, look at this thing, oh, mystery, this thing. And it's akin to that thing I was talking about. Like an uncertain animator will often have way too much movement in their characters. This feels like a writer who's not entirely confident that the thing they're writing actually holds together. So instead of letting things breathe and sitting in them and really exploring them, it's constantly feeling that need to have the next bit that's going to grab people's attention, right? We're not really confident that the memory bit alone can carry the episode, so we have this thing of like, oh my God, here's a plot twist. The Russian doll is here. They're fighting over the thing. I say, oh, what's the mystery with that? And then we plumb back into the memories, and then we're doing that. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like the show is trying to hold your attention more than it's trying to tell its story, right? And this is very normal, by the way. Like, this Netflix shows do this, right? Like big budget Hollywood productions do this. This is not something that's like unique to web animation or to Glitch or to Murderdrones. This is a general thing that you can observe across all kinds of things. Lots of novels do this all the time. They rely on this mystery box. And like J.J. Abrams is famous for his fucking mystery box obsession, right? So this is not like a thing that's like specific to Murderdrones. It's like a general thing about like how do you approach narrative. And I do think it's a bit of a pity because like so much of what the show is gesturing at is genuinely interesting. Like whatever the fucking family dynamic is with these fucking eldritch people. And like the robot, like the fact that they're robot butlers and maids. And there is this contentious relationship where Tessa seems to have this emotional affection for them, like that she keeps them beyond their service state and treats them like something other than disposable objects, and that's part of their relationship and why the robots quite like her. That's interesting. Like, that's interesting emotional territory to explore, but the show just doesn't really get to do that, right? Because it doesn't want to settle in anything. It doesn't want to dwell too much in anything. It wants action, right? Like, it wants something shocking or scary to be happening every 4 to 5 seconds so that the audience never has an opportunity to get bored. And that's, yeah. It's the thing of, like, tacky of me to bring up this particular guy, but Hayao Miyazaki has that famous little quote he gives. I think it's about talking about My Neighbor Totoro, where he claps and then he holds, right? He claps and then he does nothing for a while. And what he describes is this concept of ma, which is emptiness. The emptiness after the clap is, like, in his perception, that's where most of the emotionally interesting parts of a story is, right? And My Neighbor Totoro is very much about that. It's a very quiet movie that's very still a lot of the time. It's a great movie to go to sleep to, right? And that's not something that works. Like, I wouldn't say that the My Neighbor Totoro style of filmmaking would work for Murder Drones. It would not. Absolutely not. But there are so many places and times in this show where it's like, I am getting emotionally invested in this. I'm interested in this dynamic. I like what these characters are doing together. I enjoy what's happening here. And the show keeps going, okay, moving on to the next bit. Now, this, like, don't dwell on this. There's a new thing. Like, look at the new thing we're doing. And that's a little frustrating. Especially, again, it's that thing of, like, horror, I feel, especially thrives when it commits a little bit more to letting you linger in an uncomfortable or scary moment a little bit too long. And there's a lot of jump scares reliance in the way that this show tries to do. Like, when it does horror, it does rely a lot on, like, the sudden shock rather than the creeping dread. It's a little Five Nights at Freddy's in that way. And again, it's pitched at an audience that's probably more receptive to this, right? Like, that probably finds it more appealing when things are happening a lot. Like this, like, again, Murder Drones is massively successful, right? Like I'm not sitting here saying, like, oh, Murder Drones would have been successful if only. No, Murder Drones is massively successful. By all accounts, it's kind of the show that helped Glitch become the thing that it is today, that gave it the opportunity to do stuff like Digital Circus and Gaslight District. Like, Murder Drones is a huge part of that. I'm not sitting here saying the show isn't successful. I'm saying, like, for me as an audience member, there are things here that are so close to working. Because, like, this fucking whole scene here, right? Like, the reason that this scene works.
Son of a... Come on. Solver of the absolute fabric. Get a grip. Tantrum.
It's because this scene takes a little bit more time. We get to dwell in this a little bit longer until interrupted from the outside, right? Like, here, I just wanted the scene to continue because there was a good dynamic. I felt like we were slowly getting maybe a little bit of insight into, like, the Solver's very childish personality, and then cut to the next shocking twist, right? And it's frustrating because there's so much good here. I feel like these characters could be a lot more interesting to me if they were given more time to breathe and be sincere with one another. Like, those are the best moments of the show so far, is like when the characters have, like, little moments like this, right?
Uzi? Don't freaking dox me.
Thanks.
You little narc! Get out of my head!
that's a cute little scene between them. Like that to me feels like that feels grounding. When the characters get to have these moments where they relate to each other and there's like a sense of relationship that they like each other, right? Like that they have these group dynamics and this interplay that grounds the show and provides the investment that I would need in order to like continue to be interested, to be curious, right? And I just wish that the show felt a little bit more confident about that, dwelling in that. And again, like, it's animation. Asking the episodes to be longer is asking a lot of people to spend a lot of extra work hours and the company to spend a lot of extra money to extend these things, right? Animation is not... there's a budgetary concern as well in terms of how you budget out the season. I don't know exactly the production considerations for the show. Like, I don't know how much of it they were writing as they were making it. Probably a bunch of it. But yeah, there's a lot of good here. I more and more I understand why it is this popular. Because, like, the first couple of episodes, I was a little bit like, okay, this is impressive for web animation, but... But more and more as we go, like, I can see the things that people are fixating on. I can see the things that are attracting people to the show, that are making people, like, I've seen the sentiment go around a bunch from other people. It's like, yeah, Murder Drones, it's not great, but I really love it. Right? Like, or people saying, yeah, I know it's like, it's a little cringe and it's a little bit, but I just, like, these characters, like, it speaks to my aesthetic sensibility. It's something that I enjoy, even though it's kind of messed, and I can see why. Like, I'm beginning to really see the why of it. It's a little bit of the same appeal that Ruby has in that way. Like, because Ruby is a show that is, like, and again, I have not watched all of Ruby. I've watched some of it, mostly of the first season. Like, very similarly, it's a show where it's like, oh, okay, like, I get why people fixate on this shit. Like, I get why this became people's life for a while. But it's also a show that, like, for me, it all peace be upon the soul of the great Monty I have never been a huge fan of how he handles a lot of the animation that he does that's not combat oriented, right? Like, Monty was a creator with an immense amount of heart, who, like, really deeply loved the thing that he was doing and deeply believed in it, and that came through in his work. And also, it was just not for me a lot of the time. Like, his approach to physicality and his approach to, like the way that he handles violence, like, on an aesthetic level, it was just not for me. Like, it was just not quite my thing. And it turned me off of Ruby pretty hard, but it's the kind of thing where you go, no, I can see why someone is like, that's my shit. That's my trash right there, right? And it's the same thing with Murder Drones, right? Like, so much of this is definitely not pitched at me as an audience, but I can see it. Like, I can see the bones of what becomes the beast of obsession that grabs a lot of people. It is not, like, for all that I complain about it and I have these nitpicks and criticisms, it's not because it's bad. It's because I'm sitting here going, oh, it would take so little. It would, like, you wouldn't have to change that much about the show before it would become the kind of thing that I would also get obsessed with. Like, you really wouldn't have had to do much. And, like, when I was a teenager, probably, like, this shit would probably have grabbed me by the neck and never let me go. So it's a little bit of that grief of, like, fuck, I'm too old. I'm old. I'm an old man. I have lost my youthful spirit. A little bit of, like, that grief of becoming too cynical in your old age because you've watched too many movies and seen too many TV shows at this point. But I can see it. I can see the hooks. I can definitely see it. So yeah, we'll keep going with this. I'll make it to the end. Don't you worry. Because I feel bad being so, like, doing so much criticism and nitpicking all the time. But it is my honest reaction to these things. It's like, oh, this thing there, that. But I do want to stay focused on the thing of, like, it's not that the show is bad or it's wrong or anyone is stupid because they like it, right? No one is unsophisticated or, like, weak-minded or cringe or has bad taste or whatever because they like this show. that is never the point of what I'm trying to get across here. What I try to get across is just critique is a tool, right? It's the thing about critique in the age of the internet, right? Like, because critique, especially critique of people's work, people's art, I hate using the phrase, but like this idea of separating the art from the artist, right? There is this, especially when it comes to independent work like this, like animation and stuff, where if you critique the work, then you are saying the artist is a bad person, right? If the work isn't good, that's because the artist is personally bad, right? Which is like a pervasive attitude, a very juvenile, annoying attitude that I really wish people would have trained out of them by English class or whatever. That makes it very difficult sometimes to do critique online, because like, and it's like, it's also just like I have comments, I get like 12 to 14,000 comments across my YouTube channels every month, right? And there's a lot of people who just like over and over again just simply cannot parse the idea that critique of a thing, of the craft and like the workmanship of a thing, is not the same thing as a critique of the person that made it, is not the same thing as a critique of the people who like it, right? If I'm saying this is kind of juvenile, it has a low attention span, it's a little bit cringe at times, that's not saying everyone who likes this is juvenile and has a low attention span and is cringe, right? It's not the same thing. And it's this attitude, like, this is a longer conversation, it's not really for this fucking video, but there is a strand of anti-intellectual puritanism that exists in the world that is, the things which I consume are a reflection of my soul, of who I am, right? And that's both on the level of people who identify with brands, to the point where like they're wearing branded merchandise of the thing. It's like, oh yeah, brand, this brand is me, I'm the brand is like thing I'm associated with, like whether that's sports teams or soft drinks or fucking whatever, or like supplements, or like this age of the personal identification with the brand, where the brand is a reflection of who you are as a person, where people become unable to separate themselves from media mentally, and it's frustrating. I don't know what to do about it. It's just a thing that makes it very hard to critique anything without so many people feeling like they need to jump to the defense of the thing, not because they disagree with the critique, but because they like the thing. And so accepting a criticism of the thing is like accepting a criticism of yourself, and that threatens your ego. And it's like, maybe the thing you like can just have flaws. Every single thing I have ever liked in my life has flaws. Every single thing I've ever made in my life has flaws. Maybe it can just have that, and that's not like the quality of your soul is not determined by the nature of the media that you consume. Like maybe that's a thought we can reintroduce into the consciousness of the public. That'd be nice, but that's a completely different conversation, much longer for some kind of video essay maybe I'll make one day, if I ever feel like having the worst comment section on YouTube for a few weeks. Or people could just watch Who's Afraid of Modern Art by Jacob Geller. It does a better job of explaining that than me. I am rambling. Let's end this here. Hello, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Do I need to give you this spiel? You've heard it a million times before. I appreciate it if you do. The things, membership, etc., so on and so forth, and thus forward, backwards, upwards, downwards. Hype this video with the hype points on you. I genuinely don't quite understand what the fuck the hype points are actually supposed to do, but apparently they're cool. But if you're gonna don't use them here. Could you go to my main channel and use them on my videos over on the main channel? I'd rather have them used on my main channel because, you know. Anyway, bye.